Okay, we want to sometimes sketch accurate toolkit graphs. Well, sketching the accurate toolkit squaring graph, you can do that with a table and set of coordinate axes and so forth. But we're not there yet. We're not worrying yet about the arithmetic of the toolkit squaring functions. We will very shortly, but the arithmetic of those toolkit squaring functions, people don't get it right. People just don't get it right all the way into midterm. People will not get this correct. Now we're going to try to fix that by having a test where you have to do that simple arithmetic, but it's not totally simple. There's some rules of exponents and stuff that get involved. Okay. Toolkit squaring graph. If you do it by table instead of coordinate axes, people usually don't make many mistakes on that, but I see again, all the way up to midterm, people will square -2 and get -4. Okay. Probably because they're used to entering it in their calculator incorrect. So again, we're staying away from arithmetic and we're staying away from algebra, even though I give you a little foreshadowing as I did in the preceding video. Okay, now to sketch an accurate toolkit square graph, you try to make yourself a good square. Now, if you know a little geometry and have done things with compass and straight edge, you find that there's a really neat way to make squares. You can do it mechanically and get a really good square. Okay. Otherwise, sketch one by hand. Because you don't want to take forever. Okay, now this dotted line was supposed to go right through this dot, but I missed it. But it cuts the square in half, and we've already seen this. Now we want to cut the interval from here to here in half, which means we're going to want a dotted line. Now here, and then cut this interval in half, which means we're going to want a dotted line. Out here. Now, this interval seems a little short because this thing's moved over this way a little bit. Do a better job than I did. Okay. Then we want to cut this interval in half. So we've cut the interval from the red dot to this edge of the parabola, this edge. Cut that in half and cut that in half. We're going to do the same thing over here. So we cut this in half, and then we'll cut this in half. All right. So there we're good. If we now cut this interval in half, so we have. So now we've cut the square in half. This line and this line, and you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to make this line red. I'm going to choose a little bit. I'm going to make it a little further over to the right. And I'm going to make this line. Okay. Well. Cut this interval in half. I've got a horizontal line. Now I'm going to cut this interval in half, not this interval, but this interval. So I'm going to cut this interval in half. That's going to give me a line over here. I'm going to cut the interval from here to here. So I'm cutting the interval from top to bottom in half. Then the interval from that line to the bottom in half. Then this one in half. And this one in half. So I've cut the interval from here to here in half, and again, and again, and again. Here, I've cut this interval in half, and then again. I didn't cut it any more than that. And actually, I think I cut it one too many times. So really, no, that's right. Okay. Yes, I'm bothering you about that. Take my word for it at this point. Okay. Now, the graph, as we know, goes through this point and this point. It's a toolkit scoring function. Of course, it goes through the red dot. Which next point it goes through? It goes through this point here. Then what's the next point? Well, it goes all the way down here. Now we've got 7 points. We can connect these points. And look at how pretty that is. Even though I made a few mistakes in marking these, by cutting intervals in half the way I did, I got 7 points on this graph. Again, let's put an arrow here. An arrow. I'll have points on this line and this line. I don't have points on this line. So I'm going to put a little, I find a piece of chart that isn't going to break because I'm wet, a little X on this line. So we're not using this line. Okay. And of course, we're using this line up here. And then we use every one of these lines. So we use this line, this line, this line, this line, this line, and this line. Now this parent dotted, white dotted line here really doesn't mean anything. It's just my original inaccurate line. It's supposed to go through the red dot with distance to the left. Okay. So we use all 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6, 7. This. Here's a good picture. We can make estimates based on this picture. Okay. So a lot of things we can use it for. In any case, this is how you draw it. Now, I'm going to do another video where we draw the toolkit exponential graph and the toolkit reciprocal graph.